It feels sometimes going to work, no matter how great the community is, it's the outside forces that can make the work that much more difficult.
Days before what was to be the first day of class for New York City's 1.1 million public school students, Dr. Arabelle Pembroke, principal of the Riverdale Avenue Middle School in Brownsville, shared her excitement and concerns about the upcoming school year in District 23. With her rookie season as principal under her belt, Dr. Pembroke was ready to slay another school year. Then came COVID.
On paper, my day ends at 4 o'clock. It doesn't. I'm on 24/7, right? On paper, I've got a list of responsibilities. In reality, I'm everything. I'm HR. I'm a social worker. I'm an instructional expert. I'm a disciplinarian. I'm a liaison. I'm a facilitator. I'm a trainer. And it's a lot of demands on one person.
And on top of that, you add a global pandemic.
Yeah. Where now I had to become a doctor. Right? And a press conference like liaison, communicate information to staff that I just got 5 minutes ago that I'm trying to process or unpack myself.
Are you ready? Like, do you feel like it's safe to be back?
No, I don't have a nurse. I don't have a nurse. Yeah. And it's my understanding that the school hasn't had a dedicated, permanently assigned nurse for a few years now, and I've only been here a year.
Being under-resourced with overwhelming demands, Dr. Pembroke is choosing to accentuate the positive, focusing on the new instructional opportunities remote learning presents.
It's forcing principals to just be innovative, right? Teachers too. My Riverdale Avenue Middle School teachers flourished with their approaches to engaging students online during live instruction, with their approaches to really tailoring an activity or a lesson or an assessment to really get to the root of or to the point of the standard that they're trying to measure the student's progress.
Screen to screen.
Screen to screen.
But the idea of reimagining the school day presents its own set of challenges in Brownsville.
Yes, outside learning makes sense, but not every school can. I would love to have outdoor classes here with my students. I don't know how realistic that is given the neighborhood that the school is in. And, some of the real challenges that are happening here. I would not take that risk.
Challenges.
Gun violence, gang activity. I wouldn't take that risk with my students. Absolutely not. I wonder if there was any thought to how complex the problem is, so it wouldn't be a one-size-fits-all answer or solution. It just can't. COVID highlighted some of the disparities that folks knew for a long time. What people love to say and what looks good on paper is a strong leader will turn a school around. There's truth in that. I could turn a school around if I've got strong community partnerships. Strong community partnerships look like community leaders that are in alignment with what my vision is for my school and in alignment with what their vision is for their community. What that should look like is job opportunities, continuing adult education programs that are local, financial literacy programs, things that when you have too much of a deficit now start to climb up the priority ladder and take away from the day-to-day business of a school. The Brownsville average for students that are in temporary housing, the ratio is 1 to 4. My school alone is 1 to 3.
Temporary housing.
Yeah, students that are either in shelters or displaced for whatever reason and then living with a family member.
91% of students in District 23 are considered economically disadvantaged. 29% have some form of disability, 15% are homeless.
So I've got students traveling from the Bronx to come to school every day. So when they show up to school at 9 o'clock or 9:10, you really think I'm gonna start like really harassing them about why they haven't gotten here on time? It is still my job though as the leader to motivate my kids to come to school, right? To meet with my families that are in temporary housing, to get them to, make every effort to send their children to school. But if that family's priority for right now, for that day, is something else, and on their value judgment, like ladder, school is here and finding a job is here, I'm still going to do my job.
Brownsville's unique challenges highlight the need for additional support in order to help families prioritize school in a post-COVID educational system. But through it all, Dr. Pembroke keeps families, students, and her own well-being at the center of the conversation.
What advice would you have for a parent of a kid who's in your school?
Health and safety trumps everything. If you're putting your child in, an environment, in a position that could potentially, be fatal, I think the answer is pretty clear. What's keeping me awake at night? What if I contract the virus, test positive, I go home, my 2-year-old now is sick? That's what keeps me up at night.
You're on the front lines, man.
Yeah. And that's the job. It's the job. Scary. But I'm taking every precaution. My team will. And I just stay prayed up.